Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about conditional statements and loops in C programming. In conditional statement, we have if statements and switch statement. So let us see one by one. These are not answer for your examination. These are just for your understanding. So this is not your answer. I made it so that you can understand this easily. We have a simple if statement, if else statement, if else if statement, nested if statement. So we'll see the syntax one by one. First, simple if statement. We use conditional statement in the place where we need the code executed if our condition is true. Based on the conditions, the code will be executed. So, if statement, simply remember this as making decisions. So, imagine you're writing a program and you want to take different paths based on a condition. Based on the condition, you want to take a path. Okay. In the if statement, we have condition inside it. If the condition is true, the code in between these braces, curly braces, will get executed. This code will be executed. So let us see that in action. This is a normal program where I will explain this. Integer a equal to 2. We have given the condition as if a% 2 is equivalent to 0. So what is a% 2? This percent 2 percent will give the remainder. So a is divided by 2 and the remainder will be returned. So in this case, 2 divided by 2 will give us integer 0. So that is our condition for even number. Let me run this program. We have output as a is even. So if I change this to 3, save it and run again, I don't get any output. I didn't get any output. I want to get output if the number is not even number. So it must be odd number. So in this case, we will use if else statement. The first condition is true, this code will be executed. Else, this will be executed. If else statement, remember this as dual paths. It will be easy. This is the syntax if condition curly braces code you want to execute if the condition is true. Else code to execute if the condition is false. This condition fails, then this will be executed. So let us see. If a% 2 is equivalent to 0, that means remainder when divided by 2 is equivalent to 0. We are telling that print a is even. So if this is not equal to 0, else print a is odd. Let's run this program. We got a is odd. You can see here. Now I will change this to 4 and run again. Now I got a is even. What would happen if I give a as 0? Comment down your answer. I will run this. It's even. 0 is also even number. In this case, if a is 0, we want to return another condition. Suppose that if a is 0, we want to print a is 0. We want to print A is 0. How can we get this? So we saw if statement, we saw if else statement. If the one condition fails, another condition will get executed. This will be executed. Now we are asking for second condition. Here we gave a condition. If this fails, this will be executed. What if we want to give two conditions and one failure condition? Let's see. If else if ladder. So remember this as multiple choices. It will be easy for you to remember like that. Like if you want to give two or more than two conditions, we can use else if ladder. So these conditions will can be these conditions could be more than two. So I can write else if again below this line. So that is also true. So let us try to understand the syntax. We already know the syntax for if and if else. If condition 1 is true, this will be executed. Else if condition 2 is true, this will get executed. Else if both none of these conditions are failed, then this code will be executed. Let us see an example. I will take this program, paste it here. What is our requirement? We want to print A is 0. We want to return like this. So how can we do that? Let's see. One if statement completed. Here else statement. Else statement is always at the last. A divided by 2 remainder is equivalent to 0, and also A is not equal to 0. Then only this condition will get executed. Let's run this again. Perfect. We got A as 0. A is 0. So if you don't understand this condition, it's fine. You will get this in maybe in next chapter. Now we will see nested if statement. So let's try to understand the syntax here. So if your decision isn't straightforward, remember this as layers of logic. Just like layers, one if statement, and inside the if statement, there is another if statement, and there is else statement inside that. Outside this, there is finally else statement. So let's try to read the syntax here. This code will be executed only if both conditions are true. Both conditions are true. If condition 1 is true, then this block will start. It checks the condition 1, condition 2. Both are true, this will be executed. Else, this code will be executed. So remember that before starting the condition 2, we already satisfied the condition 1. So if we didn't satisfy the condition 1, we won't go to condition 2. We'll directly jump to else. Code will executed if condition 1 is false. So I already wrote the program here. I will give the programs and notes in the description so you can refer to those. This is a simple nested if else. Here here int I equal to 10. We give the condition as if I is equivalent to 10. Then this code will get executed. This will get executed. So condition 1 is true. Then inside the braces, we'll get the condition 2. If I is less than 15, we are saying that printf I is smaller than 15. If I is less than 12, I is smaller than 12 too. If I is less than 15, I is smaller than 15. We get the output. If I is less than 12, we get the I is smaller than 12 too. Else I is greater than 15. Let us run this statement. I is smaller than 15. I is smaller than 12 too. Next we have switch statement. When we handling multiple conditions, we will use switch statement. Simply remember switching tracks. This is an example. Switch inside this a variable case value 1. Code will executed if variable equals to 1. If this value is equal to 1, then case 1 will be executed. Case value 1. If it is true, this will get executed. And also here we use break statement. So what is break statement? The case value 1, let me clear all this. So the variable value is 1, then this code will get executed and we want the compiler stop running the program because we got the condition satisfied. We got the condition satisfied. So here it will be break and this won't get executed. So if case value 1 is not true, then second will be checked. If it's true, it will be break out of the condition. These values can be more than 2 depending on the requirement. If any of the cases, all of the cases not true, then we will give the default answer. None of the cases match, then this code will get executed. Let us see in the VS Code. I will explain the code first, then we will move on to executing. This is the main function. So int main, int choice. We are basically saying the variable type. The choice is an integer, a, b, and result are floating point, floating numbers. Here we are trying to do operations, arithmetic operations between a and b, with the input from the user. So if I gave the input as 1, it will add the numbers and print the result. If I give input as 2, it will subtract b from a and print the result. If I give any other input, it will default to invalid choice. So it will remind me that 1 for addition and 2 for subtraction. Enter two numbers, we will enter two numbers and scanf function will scan the numbers and percent A and percent B. Then select an operation. We have the choices, 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction. We'll enter our choice. So after entering, scanf function will scan our choice Based on the value of choice, this switch statement will get executed. So let us run this program. Enter two numbers. These are floating numbers. So we'll give 1.2, 3.2. So it's asking us to select addition or subtraction. We'll select addition. The result is 4.40. Here we selected 1, so this will get executed and it breaks. So this won't get executed after this. If case 1 is true, then code inside this block will get executed. If not, if case 2 is true, then this will get executed. So let us give input 12, 36. We will give 3 as our choice. So it's saying invalid choice. Please choose 1 for addition and 2 for subtraction. Because our choice is not 1 and also it's not 2. So it will default the default this statement inside the printf. So conditional statement completed. I hope you understand the conditional statement. If you have any doubts, comment down below. So now we'll move to loops. So this is a simple printf program, hello world program. We got the hello world as output. So what if we want to print this statement 2 times? We'll take this, paste it here, save it and run. We got it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. We cannot do this repetitive task for copying and pasting. Maybe our variables changes. To solve this, we use loops. One entry control and exit control. You see you have for, while and do while loops. So first let us see while loop. Just picture a task you need to repeat as long as a condition holds. So we need to use while loop. It's telling your code to keep doing something until a certain condition is no longer true. Okay. While this condition is true, this will be executed and 1 will be added to A and it will again check if it's less than 10 or not. Again check for the condition. So let's run this. So we got the output print hello world 8 times using while loop. If I remove this code, so let's run this. This won't be stopped. You see, because A is always less than 10. So the output is going just it's let me stop this. So in the while loop, it is not precise. It's just while the condition is true, execute it. Or we can write here a plus plus condition. It will return 8 times. So after adding 8, this is the 8th time. After adding 8 numbers, this condition is no longer true. So the program stops. But if we want precision, we will use for loop. So when you know exactly how many times you want to repeat a task, we use for loop. It's for initialize condition and increment or decrement value. Code to execute for each iteration. For each iteration, this code will get executed. So for I will use the template so I can show the syntax. For int I equal to 0 and I less than count, I less than 10, I plus plus. Increment will be 1. 1 will be incremented for every iteration. If you want to print the hello world 10 times, we use this. Hello world will be printed. So let us see how this works. First, I will be 0 and it check the condition I if I is less than 10. Yes, it is less than 10. This code will get executed. I will get incremented. For the second iteration, I is 1, which is still less than 10, executed, incremented until the condition is true. So we exactly know how many times this loop will execute it. Do while loop once when the task need to be done at least once, regardless of the initial condition. We will use the do while loop. Here is the syntax. Do this code while condition. So let us see in the code. Int I is equal to 0. Do print hello and increase the value. Increment it. Increment the I. While I is less than 2, this will get executed. So here backslash n will get us new line. To save this. It printed us 2 times. So let's change the condition here. If the I is less than 0, it's still printed because our compiler will start executing from here. Do print hello and increase the value, and then this will get executed first and it check the condition, while condition, and the loop continues. So here I is equal to 0, but we got the output. This is by using do while loop. I hope you understand the concepts, conditional statement and loops. As I said, I will share this document and all the code in the description. You can check it out, and you can execute this code in online compilers if you have mobile. You can search for online C compiler. So we can do this. Thanks for watching. And check out more videos in C programming in our channel. Playlist link in description. Thank you.